HD sound.
What's going on, people out there in radio land? It's the one and only DJ Malone, man. Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day. Really, how you guys feeling? Houston, I don't know what's going on with the weather. It's raining, then it's hot, then it's raining, then it's hot. And, I understand that's the way God made it. But whoever's playing with the weather, can you please just make it make sense? Thank you. Please and thank you. With all that being said, man, I got a hard-ass artist coming on to the scene right now, and I want you guys to really get in tune with her. Go introduce yourself real quick.
Hey guys, it's Brianna Thomas. You can spell my artist name BR3ANNA Thomas THOMAS. Right now, I'm dropping a single called Focus. It's like an EDM dance song, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It keeps me on the Stairmaster or to finish my
Hey,
workout. I absolutely love this song.
I like that, man. I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I love all this.
Definitely, man. Let me ask you this. Have you gotten used to who you became as a person? Because you're growing and people are starting to notice you now. Have you gotten used to it?
Well, about 10 years ago, I don't know if you know this, but 10 years ago, I was on a big TV show called The X Factor.
Okay.
And it's kind of like the spin-off to American Idol because they
Yeah.
kind of kicked Simon Cowell off American Idol and he did his own show called The X Factor. And I was on the last season
Okay.
and I did an audition with an original song called Ask Me to Dance with an ex-partner of mine, and his name was Secondhand High, his artist name. But at that time, I didn't know how to, like, properly brand myself, so
Okay.
I got my 5 minutes of fame, like, 10 years ago,
Wow.
but didn't properly brand myself, and that song went worldwide,
That's
but
crazy.
I got pretty much free publicity, but didn't the internet wasn't the internet, and
Yeah.
they didn't
Yeah.
put, like, my IG or
I get
didn't
what you're saying.
brand myself properly, so now that specific, clip that was on national TV went viral again on TikTok, and so I'm just in the comments, "Hey, I'm right here," like,
That's what's up,
and
man.
yeah, and so I recently redropped that, and those fans, I mean, they reach out to me every couple of years, random ones, and just be
Okay.
like, "You're the GOAT, we love this song, I listened to it in my bedroom," so I experienced it. It has kept me humble. It was a learning experience because I also was not ready to perform in front of
Yeah.
like, I don't know, 10,000 plus people in that stadium. That was my
Wow.
first time performing. So I kind of got a taste of the limelight, but didn't have a team, wasn't prepared, didn't
I
know
get
what I
that.
signed up for.
I get
And
that.
it was my first song I ever wrote. So it was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
you know?
And
And Simon Cowell off air wanted to buy it.
hey, hey,
Yeah.
and that's a plus. You can't deny that whenever Simon says, "Hey, I think I like this record."
Yeah, that's when, Kelly Rowland and Demi Lovato were on the show, and Kelly Rowland was just dancing on the stage, and we got, like, a standing ovation, so I didn't really think we were gonna make it to the next round because I was, like, literally screaming, like, I
Yeah,
wasn't even singing, so
I get that.
le
Let,
lesson learned.
let me ask you this, and we'll dive in on how you got into everything. Do you ever feel like the perception of like what you put out is always crazy on how people receive it? Because you might put something out for you that you're going through, but different people may perceive it a different way.
Yeah, I feel like as an artist, if you love your music and it feels good to you, most likely other people are gonna enjoy it too,
Right.
and I don't think you should do it if you're an artist, I don't think you should do it for, like, instant gratification, as long
Yeah.
as the
Right.
gratification within yourself, you love it and you
I
like it
like
and it
that.
makes you feel good, then you sharing it with the world because I feel like any artist, even if you paint or you do a different type of art, you're technically, like, making love to the world, and then when you show the world when you're done with your masterpiece, it's let them digest and
I
let
get
them
that.
feel whatever feelings that it comes out of them, you know?
That's real.
So
That's real.
yeah.
And I really want to commend you on just being striving, just saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
yo, man, I want to get my word out there. I want my voice to be heard." And you have a talent.
Yeah. I mean, I really just wanna be the example, kinda how Jesus was the example. I wanna be, like, the example of follow your dreams no matter how long it takes you.
That's real.
It's just, like, loving yourself and pouring into yourself and learning whatever lessons in whatever season you are in your lesson and pass the test, then move on to the next one and doors will open, you know?
Hey, that's
So,
real though. That's real.
yeah.
Let's go ahead into a time machine real quick. How did this
Yeah.
all start out for you?
I would say I used to always be a creative person and, like, sing, and I was into dancing, and, I just the technology wasn't there for me. Like, I would come up with a tune or a melody, but then I couldn't remember it because
Mm,
when I write music, it's almost like I'm channeling, like, when people speaks tongues, it's like I'm channeling this, and so when
okay.
I'm done singing or done getting whatever I said out, I'm like, "Wait, what did I just say?" Because I
Yeah.
wasn't even present. It's like something good has taken
Yeah.
over me, you know what I mean, in a positive light, and it's like, "Dang, I didn't record it," or I'm kinda self-conscious of recording it, but
I get
now
that.
I'm slowly trying to, like, master when I'm in that source energy and I'm
I get
tapped
that.
in. I think Michael Jackson and Prince have really talked about that, like, they only get to touch it, like, once a month, and they couldn't figure out, like they would run to the studio and figure out how to stay into it,
Yeah.
stay into that source energy. So it's like I'm learning to, like, even if I'm driving and I make up a song when I'm driving, I'm connected and I'm like, I gotta pull over and write down the lyrics
Yeah.
or I'll
Yeah.
forget them, you know? So it's kinda like now since there's, like, BandLab, you can literally do everything on your phone, and it's
Real.
like,
Real.
I wish I had this technology when I was younger, so, like, the younger kids now, I'm like, "You have such an advantage that it's
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy."
I
Yeah.
get and I can understand what you're saying because as a DJ, I call it in the pocket. I don't know
Mhm.
how to explain it. It's
Yeah.
just a feeling. When I'm in it, we in it, and then I can,
Yeah.
as if you're listening to me, you're in it with me. So I think it's
Mhm.
like kind of like a special thing. Like when you get to that point, it's like, hey yo, I don't know, it's like euphoria or however you want to call it, but it's a
Sure.
different type of vibe, and
Yeah,
it's
like
like
flow state.
yeah, and it's very hard to capture that or to keep that in that space for a long period of time.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And so, like, when I try to always try to jump into it at least once a week, and then sometimes when I know I need to write, because I give myself now, I'm like kinda a drill sergeant, like, at least finish 1 song a week, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah,
Even if you don't feel like writing right now, just spend an hour trying to write and see what you can come up with, and then just
that's
make
right.
sure you finish a song. Because I think artists it's really hard to finish your song because you don't think it's perfect, you know what
Mm,
I mean? But until you're done in the studio or singing it or doing whatever, I'm like there'll be times, like, with Focus, for example, I sung this song that's another thing, when I'm in the booth and I'm singing the lyrics, I can sing the lyrics about, like, 20 different ways. So,
okay,
then I take what I like from the different and I chop it up and I put it all together, and then it comes out
okay,
to
yeah,
what it is, you know what I mean? So, the first 3 times I'll do it the exact same way, and then the 4th, the 5th, the 6th is completely different,
wow,
different melody, but
that's
it's the
cool.
same words, and then
That's cool. I
it's
like that,
yeah.
man. That's what's up. When did you fall in love with music? When did your love for music starting to come in?
I I don't know, I wouldn't call it, like I don't know what the exact emotion to call this, but it's like this fire inside me. I don't wanna say rage, but, like, this fire inside me where I would go to concerts or I'd hear certain songs on the radio, and I'm like, "I can do that better."
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, "This is all you have to do at a concert?" You
yeah,
know? Like, I'm just like, I think I went to, Lil Wayne and Drake's concert, and
okay,
when they did, like, what is it called? The kinda, like, video game kinda
okay,
boxing
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that, and I was like, "That's all they needed to do for a concert?" I was just like, "What?" Like, I could do this, like, I could
yeah,
do this, you know? Like, not competing with them, but, like, putting myself on their level of, like,
yeah.
I'm supposed to be on that stage too, and then it kinda got to the point where I'm like, I can't go to concerts because I get angry because 'cause I'm not there yet, you know?
I get what
Like
you're saying. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I think too is that you feel as, I wouldn't say feel, but I think everybody has, if you have a talent, of course your natural thing is to feel like I could be on that same stage as just as equally as anybody else.
Yeah, but
And
the opportunity hasn't presented itself or
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So when did you know, hey, I think I really want to take this thing and really try it? Like when was that moment you say I really, really want to be an artist?
Probably, I would say, the 10 years ago when I auditioned for the X Factor show,
Okay.
and that's when they were kinda allowing on these, like, reality TV shows of singers, they were kinda allowing the rap world in because there's really no rap shows, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And so on the X Factor show, like, each season, they would let people do their original song, and, my fiance, ex-boyfriend at the time, he was getting really upset, like,
Mm.
that person, like, how I was feeling was on that show, like, I could do that too,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm like, "Well, then let's go audition," and we auditioned, and that kinda just proved to myself because you have to go through, like, 20 to 10 auditions before you even get to, like, Simon Cowell, you
wow,
know? Same thing with American Idol, so it's like when that happened, I realized how powerful I was, with my mind of manifesting, like, to get what
yeah,
I want. If I really want it, I can get it, and I didn't wanna, like, be on the show, like, every week, I just
mm.
wanted to, like, prove to myself, like, get on stage, experience the experience, and then Simon Cowell asking me to buy my song when that was my first song I ever wrote, I was
Yeah,
like, "Okay, okay, I'm sleeping on myself,"
right,
like,
right,
I'm sleeping, I need to, like, hone my craft,
right.
and another thing is, like, why I didn't wanna be on that show is I don't like singing other people's songs
I get that. Okay,
because they mastered it. They made it it's their song, And
right.
I feel like I want it if I'm gonna sing someone else's song, I want a different beat, and I'm gonna put it in a different genre,
You
kinda
want to
like
make
what
it
Kelly
you.
Clarkson does.
You want to make it yours.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so many good singers, like, online, and they sing other people's songs, but I'm like, "You're so good at singing. You proved to us that you are
Right,
good at singing. Now, master your craft and, like, write your songs. Like, write your songs. We wanna know you and what
right.
you have to say," But then they never practice that, and I think that's kinda where I'm at, like, practicing writing the songs, like, since
Yeah.
I've been dropping the 5 songs a month, I have, like, over 50 songs out from the last 8 months, I've dropped 5 songs every month.
Okay,
Just
that's what's
practicing
up.
that craft of mixing and mastering, learning that on my own as well. And
Okay.
I'm still not a pro at that. I definitely have so much room to grow,
Yeah, that's good
So
though. Now, did you have a musical background or anything? Like, were you in choir or anything?
yeah, but it was I moved around a lot
Okay.
in middle school and high school and stuff. So like I learned to survive from jumping to group. So
Okay.
I can get along with anybody for
Yeah,
so long and everyone's just an acquaintance. Nobody really knows me. I don't really know them.
I get that.
But
Okay.
you know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
how I kind of survived. And then I did take choir in school, but it's the same thing. It's like people have their favorites, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna be part of this.
I
Like
get that.
it made me lose the love.
I get that.
Yeah.
Were you a soprano? Like, what were you?
I have no idea. I don't remember. That was like I stopped going to choir like in middle school.
Okay,
I kind of got pissed off at the teacher. Kind
I,
of like a little rebel. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be taught by this person.
I get that. And, and
Yeah.
and and a lot of times, I don't think when I look back at my life and certain situations, like a lot of 'cause a lot of people may take it as, oh, I'm trying to be rebellious or anything, and when I think about it, maybe it's just that me and that person just didn't fit. That
Yeah, exactly.
and then people took it as, oh, you're being rebellious or whatever. It's just maybe the method just didn't relate to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can respect that. So now you did you did the X Factor. Throughout
Mm.
that 10 years, what was the journey throughout the 10 years that made you say, "Hey, I'm here," that brought you here right now?
Probably just like me singing in like random bathrooms or like in the steam room at the gym and like just random people that I didn't know was listening to me sing.
Right.
They like compliment me like, "Girl, when are you going on tour?" And like, "Oh my God, don't stop singing." Like,
Right.
and I see them like, so I like stop singing.
Yeah.
Um, that reassurance from just random strangers, because I guess like from a young age, my family knew I could sing, but
Right.
nobody, like, watered it. Nobody, like, took me to singing lessons. No
Mm.
one you know what I mean? So it was kinda like, "Okay, and no one was really in, like, the music industry. Like, my on my mom's side, my mom was in, the club world. She was, like, a tax accountant, so she, like, counted all the money in the
Right.
club
Right.
world, and, my uncle was a DJ at a time, so I know you can relate to this. Back in the day, they actually used to send CDs out before
Yeah.
songs were out,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
he used to get CDs. So, like, I remember getting, like, Keisha Cole, oh, man, why can't I remember that song? Her I think it's Love. Yeah, that song.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
came out. I listened to that, like, months before it came out. Same thing with D12 and Eminem.
Yeah.
I would get those CDs and, like, listen to them, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so cool."
Yeah.
Like, that I got to hear the music before. So, like, it's almost like I had people in the music industry, but they weren't in the music industry, you know what I
I get
mean?
that.
And
Yeah.
that was the only way that it was really watered. So
I get that.
Yeah.
And big shout outs to Promo Only. I think that was the company that was
Did
disputing
that?
this. Yeah, Promo Only. Whenever I think this was in 2000s, they would send out stuff from the labels,
Yeah.
and these are early on tracks,
Mhm.
like before nobody. This is like I remember the Keisha Cole Love, and
Yeah.
that track came out. I had got it maybe about 4 or 5 months before it dropped,
Mhm.
and I don't even think she knew that that was a single, or maybe she
Yeah.
did know, and it was just because it would come in like with different songs on it. It wouldn't have
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
one particular artist. It would have like different artists on there. I guess whatever they were pushing,
Yeah, yeah.
and it made you feel exclusive and everything. So
Yeah, like you got it before it was gonna get pushed out to the masses, and I think that was when my uncle used to live with us for a time, and he moved out, and that was, like, one of his last CDs he got, and I'm like, "Am I allowed to open this? Because I know there's a CD in here," you know? Like, so
yeah.
I probably wasn't supposed to open it, but I did.
Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it
Yeah.
is. So let's go ahead and talk about focus, man. So what's the emphasis on focus? What's it about?
Well, so before I had a baby, I used to be like a fitness model, and I'm coming back at looking back at myself now, like looking back, I probably was dealing with like body dysmorphia because when I look back at my pictures, I'm like, I thought I was fat then.
Mm,
And now I look at, and I had a baby, so of course your body changes after you have a baby and you gain weight and everything. So now I'm not comparing myself to others, I'm comparing myself to her of
I get
the fit model of my version of myself,
of
and I'm
yourself.
like trying to figure out how to get myself back to her, you know? And so this song was kind of just like reminding myself to like love myself, like remember, and same thing when people listen to it. I want you to remember, I don't care what you think of yourself, you're hot. You know,
Yeah, I like that.
like how Paris Hilton says that's hot. Like
Yeah,
you are hot. Like remind yourself how hot you are, and like remind yourself to love yourself. And so it's kind of like a to focus on that self-love. That's kind of
yeah,
like I wrote it for myself to like reprogram myself, like focus, stay on the treadmill, stay
yeah.
on the stairmaster, focus on loving yourself. You got this, love. Like
I
kind
like
of
that
like a
message.
pep talk, you know?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
message. I think a lot of people, they deem like they go on social media and they see, oh well, you could look like this, or you don't look like this, then you're not it. But it's
Yeah.
like in reality, man, it's like you love you for who you are. Forget
Yeah.
anybody else. Love yourself.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Yeah,
all
and
that matters.
that's kinda like what I'm working on right now, because I want to be, like, picture, photo shoot, video shoot ready, and I'm comparing myself to her, and I'm like, "You're" people tell me all the time, like, when I say, "Oh, I need to lose more weight," or whatever, they're like, "Girl, your body is tea, I want your body that you have right now,"
Yeah,
and I'm like, I want it, like, I want it to look like that,
and,
but
and I
I
get it.
needed to do some more, like, self-love mirror work, and so when I listened to this song before I released it, I was like, "Okay." Like, it's a message to me, and then it's pretty much every song I write is a message to myself,
Right.
kinda affirmations, reprogramming myself, and hoping I can reach the masses so they can do that for themselves too, because I honestly think the world would be a better place if we
Yeah,
could listen
that's
to
you
music
right.
like that.
You're right about that. Now,
Yeah.
is this off a EP or a project, or we're just a single right now?
No, so just my single right now. So for the last 8 months, I dropped about 5 songs a month, sometimes a little over 5, so I have about I think 50 songs out. So I mean, I have a little bit of a catalog, and I dropped an EP maybe 4 or 5 years ago and an album. So altogether I have about 64 songs out.
Okay.
And then after I'm kind of focusing on the business side right now, figuring out how to properly push the songs cuz the 5 songs a month I wasn't really advertising them. I'm just dropping them. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
And making a lyric video and putting it on my YouTube and like seeing what it does, see if people listen to it on my YouTube, and that was, like, the kinda only analytics, and for me, it's like if someone listened to it over 100 times, I'm like, "Oh, it's a hit. It's a
Yeah.
hit."
Yeah.
Like, you know, someone listened it on repeat and with no advertisement, I'm like, "That's organic," you
That's real.
know? Yeah,
That's real. I like
yeah.
that, man. If you could perform anywhere, where would it be at and why?
I always said, but obviously I have to prepare because I have a little bit of PTSD from performing from that show. I need to make sure I'm 100% prepared, like no ifs. I really want to perform at Coachella.
Okay.
That's probably, and I'm actually near that area right now. That's where I moved
Okay.
to. So that would be like I made it moment, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Where you from originally?
So I'm originally from California, but it's like more Covina, Riverside area.
Okay.
So I kind of bounced back in between, I guess, the border of LA County and then in Riverside County.
Okay. That's what's
So
up,
I got
man.
to experience two completely different school districts, and they're
How was
they're
that?
different.
How was that?
Um, School, I guess, was like really hard because my mom and dad divorced at a very young age, and so I was
Mm.
kind of just like shit back and forth, and then it kind of got to the point where I found out later in life that I'm like dyslexic. And
Mm.
so when I was like in fourth grade, I think without even have a conversation with myself, they put me like in the mentally challenged class
Mm.
and didn't tell me anything. And then I was like, what are the rules? How do I get out of here? I don't want to be in this class.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're separating me from everyone. I'm in a new school. No one's going to hang out with me now,
Yeah.
because now I'm in this class. And so then it kind of just got to the point where I'm like, I'm smart. I'm super smart. And then I went
Yeah.
to high school, in a different high school, and I was in AP classes because I wanted to prove to myself, because to me, they were trying to tell me I'm dumb,
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
putting me in that class. And then when I was in high school, I took AP classes to prove to myself, but I was like, I'm not trying to go to college AP classes or for college credits.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then finally, my English teacher in AP took me aside and got me tested. And she was like, girl, you're dyslexic. And I
Mm.
found out in 11th grade that I'm dyslexic. And I'm like, wow, wish the education system would have cared. So, with dyslexia, there's different versions of it, but pretty much switch letters around.
I get that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So,
So, like,
I'm
do
like,
they jump? Like, does it feel like they jump at you, or like how does like is your
it's
reading?
almost like it's like the weirdest thing ever to explain. It's almost like some days I'll know how to spell something, and then other days I'm like, I don't know how to spell that.
I get
And so
that.
then when
Okay.
I'm asking somebody, or I think sometimes I feel like my brain works too fast and I'm trying to get everything
I get
out. And
that.
so when
Yeah.
I'm writing it, I'll like put a different letter that doesn't go there,
I
you
get
know?
that.
And so if I can go back and look at like my high school papers and stuff, I probably the whole sentence doesn't even make sense because I'm
Yeah.
putting letters there that don't even exist or don't make a word, and you're like, what are you trying to say? You
Yeah.
know? But to me, that's the letter that goes there.
My cousin, I think he had that, and the way that he described it as like like computing, like it's like a lag. So it's like
Hmm.
he tried to describe it like if I'm playing the game and I hit left, 2 seconds later the reaction comes or whatever, and it just when you're in the moment, it's like it makes sense to you, but on the
Hmm.
reality base, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
It
and then
that
you
it,
get
that
and
make,
then you get a lot of corrections, and I'm like, well, then you figured out what I was trying to say, so we're all communicating then, right? So
yeah,
we're communicating like, and it was a lot of it was hard because it was like I felt like the outer world was trying
yeah,
to tell you that you're dumb and you don't you're getting compared to your peers, as you're growing
yeah,
up, but like I had to prove to myself, I'm like, I am a genius. I know I'm a genius. And I'm pretty sure you said your cousin, I feel like with that and with autism, like they're really creative. Like they
yeah,
just see the
yeah,
world
yeah,
differently
yeah,
because our brains are just turned on in different areas compared. And I was
yeah.
always creative from a very young age, but that wasn't watered either. So
Yeah.
I'm watering that now.
But see, also too is, and I wanted to say this is that I think whenever you're in that space, especially when you're young, because you're battling with so many different emotions and everything, so you're battling with society. No matter
Hmm.
no, when you're young and you're different, it's just or
Yeah.
you feel different. It doesn't like like yeah, you may have a problem. It may not be anything in the normal world, but whenever you're young and you're at school, it's just I know that I'm treated different and I look
Yep.
like I'm being treated different. So
Yep.
and for me, I always wanted to be equal. I never wanted to
Hmm.
be better than or less than. I just wanted to be equal. So I think
Yep.
a lot of times when people look at it like when you're young, it's like, well, I'm smart. Like I know that I'm
Yeah.
smart. I know
Yeah.
what the hell's going on. But people deem you as such because of lack thereof or they of their vision or their version of you, if that makes sense.
I mean, I'll give it to my dad and my stepmom. They tried to do their best, and I have to look at it that way. They didn't know because there's more education now on different disability learning disabilities and stuff. That's what they call it, a disability, but whatever. Um, but they hired me a tutor, and the tutor was literally trying to teach me ABCs in 4th grade. And I was like,
Mm.
"Get out of here. I'm gonna go play. You're fired. I'm not
Yeah,
doing this." She's
yeah,
like, well, and I'm like, "I know my ABCs. I
yeah.
don't know what we're doing here."
Because it makes you feel like, hey, yo, man, like you're trying to discredit me, like you're trying
Yeah,
to, like I'm not that dumb. Like, no, that's not
yeah.
happening.
Yeah, I'm like, I told my stepmom and my dad, I said, "Keep your money. This ain't no. I appreciate you trying to get me help, but I don't think you guys understand what this is or
Yeah,
anybody understands." Like,
and
no.
but I think that'd be cool. I would love to hear about challenges about that
Mm.
in your artistry. You know what I'm saying, about things that made you feel at that point and how you grew from it.
Yeah, I guess it's kinda just like how I told you before, I never really, fit in anywhere. I just kinda, like, jumped to group because that's how I knew I was gonna survive, and then when I finally knew I was gonna stay, with my mom long term for high school, I was kinda upset. I'm like, "Dang, I gotta graduate with these people," you know?
Yeah,
When since I
yeah,
moved for so long, and I'm like, "Are we moving again? What am I
yeah.
doing?"
I
So I
get
can
that.
adapt. And then when I found out that I pretty much didn't, I was kind of a loner, honestly. And then when I did have some girlfriends from soccer, because I used to play soccer, the same thing with that, it's like I would run cross country. I almost just, like, prepared myself for not getting to being failure. So
Mm,
I just always prepared not to look bad,
I
because
get
I
that.
was that from a young age, that's what I felt like I was. It's like, I wanna know the game so I can play with the rules, and then I kinda get pissed off if I don't know the correct rules, and then you're punishing me because you didn't tell me the
Exactly.
rules,
I
but you
get
want me
that.
to play. So then it's almost like it gets to the point now where the same thing with the music industry. I'm like, "What are the rules so I can win? Because I know how to win. I just need to know
Yeah,
the rules." So
yeah.
that's kinda
That's real.
same thing like with when I was saying with soccer. It's like, I would run cross country, and I would be the slowest person on the cross country team,
Yeah.
before soccer season, but then I would be the fastest one on the soccer
I
team.
get I get that. I
You know
get
what I
that.
mean? So,
Yeah.
like, I just make sure I prepared myself always. That's what I prep. So that's why I know I have to prep to be perform. I gotta make sure I'm like 100, no ifs, no. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's right.
nervous. I mean, but being nervous going on stage is normal, but not prepared nervous. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss, you know?
You can be nervous, but don't be scared. I always tell people
Mhm.
this. It's okay to be nervous because that means that you care about it. It means
Yeah.
that the love is in there. Whenever the fear comes in and it negates you from doing whatever you're trying to do, that's where the problem relays. But I think with you, man, is that I love your journey. I love your story. Um, and I think a lot of people can relate to you because a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm an odd box. Like,
Yeah.
I don't fit in here, I don't fit in there. But really and truly, that's really life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
think you're not necessarily supposed to fit in at one particular thing. I think, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, as life goes on, you start coloring what you feel that's good to you.
Yeah, and I feel like also God made everyone a certain way and not the same cookie cutter. You just everyone's like this, like because you can only be you and
Yeah,
you can only do what you could do and no one could do it like you. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So it's
that's
like
real.
you have those certain gifts or there's how we can look at it, those certain disadvantages, but you can turn that into power once you figure out how to turn it into power. And like
That's
how I
real.
said, it's a lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And it all comes down to focus.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, yeah, focus. So, like, that's what I'm saying, like, with the dyslexia and the technology we have now, like, I wish they didn't have, like, voice to talk, so now I can
Yeah.
be, like, talking to my phone, saying what I wanna say, and then it spells it for me. I'm like, "Okay, well, that's the correct spelling," and I'm
Yeah.
done, you know? They didn't have that when I was younger,
Yeah. And it
so
helps
that
so
would've
much.
helped.
Yeah.
That would've helped so much.
That's real, man. In the next 3 years, where do you hope to see yourself?
Um, Goodness. I hope to see myself with the bigger, I feel like right now we're in this weird shift with the movie industry, the music industry, just the creative industries. We're in this weird shift. And I feel like these new healing creative superstars are about to be born.
Mm.
So I feel in the next 3 years, I hope I get to be one of them
That's real.
and in those industries. Like I also write books
Okay.
and I want my books to turn into movies eventually.
That'd be cool.
And I anything that's creative, I want to be part of. I just want to, I guess the best thing in the next 3 years, I want to have the finances to pour into those creative things to get them to the masses,
That's real. I like that.
to
That's what's
change
up, man.
lives. That's what I want to do. I want to just change lives with my creativity.
I like that, man. I
Yeah.
like that. Where can the people find you at? Everywhere.
I need to fix my TikTok, but my TikTok is the only different handle, and TikTok is the same as my music name, BR3ANNA Thomas THOMAS, and it's music. And
Okay.
then my YouTube and my Instagram is just the Brianna Thomas with the three as the E, so it's
Okay.
BR3ANNA Thomas THOMAS.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah.
what's up, man. Now let me ask you this: why spell it that way? What's the deal with that?
So there's so many Brianna Thomases in the
Yeah.
world.
Okay.
So many. And we spell it with an E, we spell it with an I, we all spell it differently. And I felt like the E kind of mirrored is a three.
Okay.
So that was the only way I felt like I could stand out from all the Brianna Thomases
Okay.
and
That's real. I
claim
like
that
that.
handle from a really early age. So that's kind of what I did because there's so many of us.
Okay. That's real though. I mean, there's
Yeah,
only one you though. It fits.
exactly,
It's fitting.
exactly.
So I respect that, man. Focus is out right now. Everywhere.
It's gonna be dropping on the 17th, next
Okay.
Friday.
All right, on next Friday. So we can this probably air before next Friday. So make sure you guys go ahead and go pick it up. You can go ahead and just put it in your reminders. Let people know, hey yo man, I'm gonna go pick up that focus, man. That it's going down. So
Yeah.
that's what it is, man. Is it gonna be a video for it or what?
Right now, I just have a lyric video on my YouTube. I need to get my confidence up and I'm trying to lose, give me a couple more months. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm working on
Okay.
staying on that Stairmaster every day and
Okay.
eating good, taking care of my health and trying to get myself camera ready. That I need
Okay.
to, once I'm there, you guys will be sick of me online.
Man, but you're beautiful right now, man. You're
I know
beautiful
I am
right
beautiful
now.
right now. I need to tell myself I am beautiful right now. I am beautiful right
And
now.
that's what I like, man. That's what I like to hear. One more thing, before you go, I always ask artists they could do a drop for me. You're
Yeah.
gonna say your name, and I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
It's Brianna Thomas, and I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
Boom, fireworks, explosions, everything in between. We do appreciate everybody for tuning in with us, man, and check it out, man. Make sure you guys go check out the Focus. It will be dropping Friday the 17th, so make sure you guys go check that out on all platforms, right? All platforms.
On all platforms, and it is up on my YouTube right now, the
Okay.
lyric video.
Bet. So you can even just go to YouTube, man. Run the analytics up, please and thank you. It's the one and only DJ Malone, Chicago 77.3. We out. Wow.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3, your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.